Hi, dear astrology lovers. This is Lada from Astrolada.com with your weekly horoscope for the most special week in the year. First of all, because it's astrologically extremely diverse and interesting events are happening from the 10th of April to the 16th of April. It's probably the most interesting week astrologically speaking, or one of the most interesting week astrologically and most happening in 2016 because of planets changing direction, Mercury going retrograde, Venus going direct. We have a full moon, which is really exceptional moon that will probably never repeat in your life again with such combinations, and very positive full moon. And we'll talk why it is and how it's going to affect each of the signs and what you can expect, because full moon are beneficial events in astrology. But also, it's a big week because it's my birthday, of course. So I had to make a prediction for that week. I promised myself I'll take it easy in April, but at least I'll be making those weekly predictions because it's such an intense and exciting week. And because it's my birthday, I'm doing a flash sale for my courses, guys. It's on the 14th of April, but from today, most of the courses that I have, some of them are decreased by 30%, some of them are decreased on the flash sale by 50%. So by the end, by the 16th of April, you have a chance to get yourself a bag full of amazing courses, which I teach or other great astrologers teach, mostly my courses, though I've reduced, and to study astrology with me. And if you like already those podcasts, obviously you'd enjoy finding even more secrets in depth. Here, I'm just giving you the bare minimals. Imagine how much I give in courses. But yeah, and by the way, I want to say thank you to Anthony, who gave me for my birthday. And Anthony, I've never met Anthony. It's a viewer from YouTube who made this amazing mandala for me. Thank you so much. It came on time for my birthday. And maybe for the birth of the baby, who knows? So thank you so much. I'll put a link to Anthony's Skype, no, not Skype, Instagram, so you can see his other work. I really loved it. So thank you so much, guys. And now let's see what is this week from the 10th till the 16th of April holding. Why is it so special, and how it can change your life and the life of many people, and who is going to be affected. 10th till the 16th of April, the week of my birthday. So really crazy week. Why is it crazy? Because we have the biggest amount of retrograde planets at the same time. We have Venus for a big part is retrograde, Mercury, we have Saturn, we have Jupiter, and we have Pluto retrograde, but I don't even count those out the planets. But out of the 5 planets that can go retrograde in a visible way that you can see in the sky with the naked eye, 4 of them are retrograde this week. And Venus, towards the end of the week, moves direct. Retrograde means they're moving backwards. And if you've been following my previous weekly feedbacks, I told you that retrograde planets are more powerful. And retrograde planets are, especially planets which are about to change direction, just like Mercury has just changed direction this week into retrograde. Saturn has just changed direction into retrograde. And Venus is about to change direction into direct, from retrograde into direct. And when planets are like that, almost stationary, they become so powerful. It's like stopping in a meditation. This is how ancient astrologers describe it. And like time slowing down. And time slowing down, and at the same time, when time slows down, you're able to see the picture. You're able to start seeing the colors, to smell the air. You know, in meditation, tastes, smells, memories that you're not aware of, or visions around you, or perceptions you're not aware of. When you're in a meditative state, it doesn't mean just, you can be meditative state sitting by the tree. When you slow down, you notice things you didn't notice before. And this is when it's as if you stop in front of a crossroad and you have to decide which path to take, and you don't know where all of those roads will take you. So you have to be very conscious. Periods of planets changing direction or retrograde planets is when we become 3 times more conscious. We don't do things by heart, by road. We don't just drive on the same road we've been always driving without even thinking. No, we're on a different path. We're seeing different perspective. And we slow down. So things do slow down with so many retrograde planets. But at the same time, we become more conscious, more aware, and we can make more conscious choices. And also, retrograde planets is when things change in our life, when not only our perspective change, but the direction of our life changes, just like the planets are changing. And it's going to be a big week for people ruled by Mercury, because Mercury's changed direction this week, and you feel it very strongly. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, their life can take a different direction, and their life, they can change, see things from a very different perspective. They have to, for everyone, Mercury retrograde, you have to change the plan, and maybe things from the past start coming. This is when I get all my emails from clients who said, where is my email, where is my horoscope? And I'm like, oh, I didn't do it. These are like horoscopes I forgotten to do, work that I forgotten to complete, because Mercury is intellectual, it's communicative, it's paperwork, it's files, it's, so it comes when Mercury goes retrograde, you have to sort this out. You have to remedy your omissions at work, at any documents of anything which is connected to writing, to speaking, to planning, to organization. And it's kind of even a relief sometimes having Mercury retrograde, because also my schedule slows down a little bit. Mercury rules business as general, so it slows down, so you can correct, so you can catch up on old tasks, on old, complete some old projects, for example, perfect them, fix something. It can be frustrating when you discover certain mistakes. That's the annoying thing about Mercury retrograde, but it has a positive side, because Mercury is your mind, and the mind kind of shifts from left brain, which is more logical, analytical, dry thinking, to more right brain, left, right, whatever, which is more imaginative, more creative. So you become in a more creative state when Mercury goes retrograde, and you can benefit, especially very mercurial people like Gemini and Virgos. They can get a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a, the more creative part of them can come out. And for everyone as well, Mercury retrograde periods, and especially for Taurus people, because Mercury will be retrograde in Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or Aries as well. Mercury will be retrograde in Aries. They can feel, everyone feels Mercury retrograde, but more effective, more powerful is, for those people ruled by Mercury, or where Mercury goes retrograde, is, revisiting, ordering things around. It can be a great time for spring cleaning, from removing old things, or old things coming to you to reassess them and decide, should I keep it or no? To put more organizations in your file, to do some purging, to do some cleanup, even physically, because Mercury rules one of the planets of our health. It rules Virgo, the intestines. So amazing time when Mercury goes retrograde to go into some kind of a purging diet, where you cleanse the intestines, where maybe, I don't know, you take husks, or you drink juices to flush out the toxins. Great time for that. When you slow down and re-examine, the work you've done till now. So it can be actually a respite for some people that are extremely overwhelmed always by just mental tasks and work, and they can see it from a different perspective. But the most stressful part is that you have to correct some mistakes, but where would be without this time to correct mistakes? And as we said, all the other planets are slowed down, all the other planets are retrograde, but we have a dictonomy this week, because you see all those retrogradation, going back, revisiting things from the past, maybe things slowing down, as I said, almost like you're in a meditative state. But to have this powerful full moon, the sun is in Aries, and it's opposing the moon in Libra, and this is the opposition, and the sun is conjunct Uranus, the planet of surprises, and the moon is conjunct Jupiter. Wow. So we have Pluto somewhere here as well, on top as well, to make it a bit more tense, but I'm not even gonna include it. And this is when energy is polarized and intensifies. Actually, full moons speed up things, while those retrograde planets slow things down. And this full moon in particular, it's extremely enlivening and extremely excitable, because it's a Uranus full moon and Jupiter full moon. So Jupiter and Uranus are part of this configuration when the sun and the moon are opposite each other. Very intense, because Uranus is about sudden realizations. Both Jupiter and Uranus are planets of intuition. You see, Uranus is almost like, if you took my All About Uranus course, which is reduced now, we speak about the symbol of Uranus, how it's like an antenna. It catches like a TV receptor information from really high realms. It's called the planet of divine wisdom, while Jupiter is the planet of angelic wisdom. There is difference in them. This is intuitive wisdom that comes to us, and Uranus is sudden wisdom that gets downloaded by us. I speak in the courses about that, but both planets are planets of wisdom, and Uranus in particular gives sudden realizations and sudden change of events and sudden reversals of events because of sudden realizations. And these will be willful ones. These will be ones that, because the sun, Uranus is with the sun in Aries, the sign of taking action and the sign of you making a decision. So you realize something, guys, this week. And actually, not only this week, but the 2 weeks ahead of that, because till the end of April almost, because a full moon is active for 2 weeks. It's not just on Monday when it's happening, on the 11th or Tuesday, and that's it. You're not going to feel anymore. Oh, you feel it till the end of April. That's why this video, you can watch it 2-3 times, 2-3 weeks, couple of weeks after that as well, when I'm explaining this full moon, which is so special and so rare. So we said that the sun is the planet of initiative and action, and our ability to take action. It's masculine in energy. So, and it's in Aries, the most decisive planet, and it's the sign, and it's the sign of personal choice. This is what I want, and this is what I do. So Uranus awakens us all of a sudden into some kind of action or some realization, sudden flash of inspiration. Something becomes clear, and you're like, wow, it makes sense. So this puts you into active mode to take action, to do something, to purge, to clean, to remove, or to start something. Despite of all the retrograde planets, you see, there might be this push and pull here. But because the retrograde planets have made it as if the energy has slowed down, you're in a meditative state, you have to make choices. Many people have to make big choices this week, or something is turning in a big way over the next 2 weeks in their life. Maybe it started already happening. As I said, April is a really, really happening month with all those planets shifting and changing your life as well. And it's almost like you receive answers this and the next week after that. Suddenly you see answers and resolutions of complicated decisions that come to you intuitively, that come to you suddenly, that come to you as out of the blue, almost like a TV program broadcasted by God into your head. So like you might open a book and come across an answer, or intuitively, psychically, the moon is very receptive, and it's our imagination, it's our intuition, and Jupiter is the higher knowledge and divine angelic help and wisdom and divine blessings and opportunities. So it's almost like, and as we said, the sun is about, Uranus is about sudden realizations. It's the sudden upload and this intuitive understanding and finding of solutions which you were not aware of, or getting answers in some way. Over the next 2 weeks, you can get answers in powerful way about important things in our life, especially in regards to where Libra is situated in your horoscope, and to find balance and to harmonize and to improve that area of your life, because Libra is all about improving, facilitating, making better, harmonizing, finding balance, finding a solution. You know, Libra is the sign that finds solution, and that makes both sides be happier. Or if there is some imbalance, Libra corrects that imbalance. And we're going to speak how it's going to affect each one of the signs this and the next 2 weeks, actually, this full moon. But you see, it's going to be somehow, there is the element of surprise because of Uranus. There is an element of suddenly you no longer, because full moon is about completion as well. Something cannot grow anymore. It's grown the fullest. So you see the results of something. You see the results over the next 2 weeks of something that you've started maybe in the last few months. And you can reap the rewards from that, or you can just feel disappointed because you didn't put the energy. So usually it's a benefic influence. Full moon in Vedic astrology, if a full moon triggers part of your horoscope, this is when you can expect material manifestations, and you can expect something tangible and real to receive in that area of your life, you know. And that's why full moon, you know, it can trigger the start of relationships, the important events in life, if it triggers an important part in your horoscope. And particularly people that anything in Libra from around 21 degrees, I would say from 18 till 25 degrees in Libra or Aries will feel it, which means people that have their sun, moon, or ascendant from 18 till 25 degrees in Libra will feel very strongly, can have some powerful material manifestations, see the results of their actions from their past life, from their past actions. And also people that are Aries that have sun, moon, or ascendant or any planet from around 18 to 25 degrees in Aries. So who are those people? Basically people that are born from around the 8th of April to around the 15th of April, or people who are born from around the 12th of October to around the 18th, 19th of October as well. They feel this, or sun, or your ascendant or your moon, to find out the degree, you know where to go. You go to my birth chart calculator, to the planetary detail table, and you check what degree your ascendant is, your moon is. So if anything of those is triggered by the full moon or your Venus, it can be some manifestations and reaping rewards in the new. If Venus is in Libra or Aries in some way, you know, it can be, you know, in regards to relationships, you can reap rewards, developments, taking it to the next level, or in regards to some contracts, in regards to something to do with beauty, with art, with artistic project. In regard, if it's your Sunday, in regards to your career, important man in your life, in regards to your overall direction in life, and it's happening where my sun is, this full moon, opposite it. So it might be one of the biggest weeks of my life next week, seeing the results of something in a tangible way. Or, you know, if it's your moon that is falls in Libra or Aries, those degrees, you'll be triggered into some big development regarding family, regarding relationships, moon rules relationships, regarding emotional happiness, regarding material manifestations as well. If it's your ascendant, overall your direction in life and your relationships. But I don't want to talk only about specific people. I want to talk about how this full moon is going to affect everyone. And as I said, for everyone, expect the unexpected. First of all, because so many planets are changing direction, you don't know which path you might be taking. You might be thinking this week, I will take that path in my life, or this is how things will go. And then this full moon comes, and in the next 2 weeks, everything turns around, and the planets are changing direction. So all of a sudden, you also change direction, and you almost feel with this really pumped up and an intuitive full moon with Uranus and Jupiter, you almost, and all those retrograde planets, how do I see it? Imagine something life-changing is happening. I've heard people say that people that were in the army, for example, that they were being shot at, and while they were being shot at, everything slowed down, and all of a sudden time stretched out, and they could see every stone, every smell. They could remember things that they haven't thought of. They could make connections, and their mind worked 10 times faster, and they could, intuitive level, they said, above the capacity of the mind normally. This is what I compare this week to, and the next 2 weeks actually of April, and maybe some of you are feeling it. It's almost like such a big change in the life of many might be happening. And even if you're not one of those people that big changes are happening in your life, you can feel this kind of a almost trance-like state psychologically and emotionally when you start. As I said, retrograde planet is about more awareness, things slowing down, and then this intuitive knowledge starts flowing in. Sudden information, sudden realizations, getting answers, and seeing things that they were always there, but in the rush of time, with all the planets running directly, and you are not aware of them. And full moon is like a beam of light, because the moon is like this big lamp in the sky that puts a beam of light and shows us the path and the way. So full moons already are illuminating in nature. Full moons already give us answers or results to our actions. But this one in particular, triple so, quadruple so, because as we said, those more logical, rational, direct actions of the planets are moved to the retrograde, which means they move to the more intuitive side, to the more inward, to the more meditative side, to the more creative side of the mind rather than the logical. Plus, we have those 2 planets of intuition participating in the most powerful, one of the most powerful full moons that I've seen, with Uranus and Jupiter opposition. As I said, these are 2 divine knowledge planets and sudden answers and sudden opportunities. Jupiter brings sudden opportunities almost like you've been sitting on a crossroad and wondering whether to take left or right path, and then over the next 2 weeks you might see a fourth and a fifth road that you didn't notice before at all, especially in regards to where Libra falls in your horoscope. So we'll talk about each sign in regards to that. And you're gonna take some action, because it's Aries, guys. You know, the sun is in Aries with Uranus. It's almost like the realization or the surprise that comes, or the sudden intuitive download and answer that came to you, pushes you into action, because both Libra and Aries are action-driven signs, and Aries is about personal initiative and personal decisions and actions that you take. And by the way, remember, on the 15th of May, I'm doing all about Aries. We're going to speak everything Aries, what it is to have the Aries in the 5th house, the 1st house. Where do you have this driving engine of Aries and that ability to act, and where you have to be initiative, and whatever Aries is in your horoscope, this is where you succeed by your own personal efforts and your own personal initiative, and you can become very successful entrepreneur in that area of your life. So we're going to speak about also how to make money if you have Aries planets in your horoscope, or how to do relationship, what's the strategy for success. So don't forget to come and join me for all about Aries, $29 only on the 15th of May. But back to the eclipse, the full moon, which is so powerful. And by the way, the full moon, as we said, happens at around the 21st degree of Libra, where the moon is, which is where the luckiest star in the whole of the sky is situated. It's called the star Spica. And it's at 24 degrees Libra, projected currently. So it's conjunct, and the luckiest planet in the sky is part of, the full moon. The full moon is whatever the moon is, it's in Libra. So the luckiest star in the sky and the luckiest planet in the sky. So the planets are considered wandering stars. They called them once before. But Spica is one of the brightest. It's called the jewel in Vedic astrology. It's the nakshatra of the jewel. So people who have anything around that degree are really blessed, and they usually can become very successful, famous, and rich. And they're protected by Divine Mother Mary, because this is the sign of the constellation of the Virgin, who protects. So Mother Mary or Isis or whoever you're praying to, a female deity, supports it. So this is the energy of a female deity, the Mother Mary. I would advise you to do a prayer to Mother Mary, if you're Christian. If you're not, to Miriam. I don't know if whatever religion it is, the female deity or the deity or the mother of divine beings, or the mother goddess, because this is the star that is connected to the female counterpart of God, the luckiest star in the sky, one of the brightest star with the luckiest planet. So despite of Uranus shaking things up and surprising us, because it can be sudden out of the blue developments that over the next 2 weeks take us out of our depth, it's going to be liberating in nature, and it's going to bring some powerful opportunities and powerful material and spiritual manifestations. Also, Spica is extremely spiritual star. It's a star of wealth, not only material. It's material wealth, is luck. Jupiter is also wealth and higher knowledge as well, and support from God, and the angels are supporting you. So you can see big manifestations in regard to an ability to balance something and correct something in your life, especially in regards to relationships, because Libra rules relationships. And especially to make something right in regards to relationships with another person that has been out of balance, to receive answers, to receive illumination, to receive positive results, and to turn something around suddenly in regards to some business or personal or marriage relationship of a sort, or some business cooperation, or because it's all happening in the sign of Libra. But your actions are also, because Aries is involved, are also, how do I say, pivotal. But you'll have the rush and the excitability to do it. And the results will be can be extremely beneficial. This is the luckiest full moon I've seen since I've been doing astrology. Full moon on the star Spica with the luckiest star, like triple, double whammy. And despite of all and remember that Venus, that rules Libra relationships, is also changing direction towards the end of the week. So it starts resolving problems in regards to your relationships. You might be feeling it already. It starts giving you answers when the planet goes from retrograde to direct. Any complicated situation that you finally are seeing the light for it, or you finally made the decision and you start moving in the forward direction again. So it's almost like when it comes to relationships, when it comes to anything Libra, finding balance and Venus, contracts, agreements, when it comes to love, when it comes to sharing, giving and receiving, promises, contracts, Venus rules, agreements of any sort, these things start getting resolved. There might be some very positive and surprising and happy developments for you. But now let's speak about each sign. How exactly does it affect you? If you happen to be Aries, you're strongly affected by this. You find balance in your relationships because the full moon and something lucky comes to you through a business partnership. So through partnerships, you see the result. There is some answer, some illumination in regards to relationships, in regards to contracts, business, which is the 7th house, marketplace, in regards to that comes to you from others. There is the spotlight is on your relationship, is on others. Search for help from others. You can get fulfillment of that, or something can happen suddenly that puts you into, that activates your own self as well. Because remember, the sun is in Aries, so it gives you another person or some outer event in your life that's connected to business, Libra, that's connected to relationships, to contracts. That's very likely can trigger you into action as well. You can see the results of that, or you can, something sudden and unexpected happens in regards to your relationship, intuitive understanding in regards to relationships, which makes you change direction in some way, which transform your life. Okay, then for Taurus, if you're Taurus, this is happening in your, the full moon is happening in your 6th house in Libra. So there might be some sudden results in regards to some projects that you've been working to. 6th house is our work. 6th house is some sudden developments at your work over the next 2 weeks that shift your circumstances, hopefully for the better. It might be very surprising though, and sudden realizations that make you take action, and also that ask you to balance your work life and your private life. The 12th house is about taking a break, resting, charging up your spiritual, your soul. Well, the 6th house is giving service, working for the man, fulfilling your duties and responsibilities. Even if you don't have a work, you clean around the house, you're a housewife, whatever, these are your duties and responsibilities. So there is the need to rebalance it and to bring more balance into your life, into your work and duties and responsibilities. And this can be just the perfect 2 weeks to do that, actually. To find more balance in your career with colleagues, to find more balance and more lucky developments and manifestations in regards to your projects, your career, in regards to your health. Taurus, Libra rules the 6th house of your health. So maybe you might have a chance to sudden intuitive download of, if you've had some problem, health problem for a while, or some out of mental problem, out of balance is the 6th house. So like pain, chronic or whatever, or some enmity. 6th house rules when we are in a court case, when we are in a state out of balance, fighting with someone. That's why it rules our illnesses, because they are also called enemies, So you might have a resolution, sudden resolution, or solving a sudden change of direction with such enmities or such kind of conflicting states like health or illness, which suddenly you get intuition and the resolution of such a problem. And you start seeing a different option. So all of a sudden you come across a book which tells you, well, take a selenium and your thyroid will, and all of a sudden you've had problems with thyroid and you start taking selenium or something. I'm just giving you out of the blue example that corrects lack of balance and brings more balance into your health or some health issue. Okay, then for Gemini, it's happening in your 5th house. Well, 5th house is your love life, Geminis. And we have the 2 luckiest stars and the full moon, which is like a beam of, it's like you're getting answers, some of you Gemini, whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon in Gemini, you might get answers in regards to something to do with your love life that makes you take actions as well. And that makes you, that liberates you in some way, because Uranus is part of it, that liberates you, and that is auspicious because of Jupiter. Or it might be sudden development in regards to conception, in regards to children, in regards to some creative ideas. They can come out and illuminate you some, idea maybe some creative or business project you've been working on, suddenly you can have like aha moment. This is what I have to do to make my business work, or like this is you know, this is the website I have to do, or this is the project I have to do. It's like aha. Or maybe seeing the results and benefiting materially from some creative projects or business project, because the 5th house is about you running your own business, being your own king, you know. And it can or something good can happen in the life of your children that you benefit in some way, or with your lovers, or with your love life, or with conception in children. This is all 5th house. Or rebalancing some out of balance situation. In all of those, getting the information, getting the aha moment, how to, you know. Or if you have some event where you have to be center stage, wow, this week can be crazy for you. This week can be so auspicious and so surprising out of the blue, you know, where you have to present and where you have to be center of attention, or have to perform something creative, or have to perform some project, you know, presented, which is the Leo 5th house energy. Go there and shine and create, you know. And you see something, or you realize something in regards to your love life. All those are the 5th house things. Okay, and then we have Cancer, which is in your 4th house, the full moon. Well, something good and results can come to you from your family in regards to property. You might have an intuitive realization what to do in regards to knowledge or information over the next 2 weeks, in regards to what to do with property, what to do with your home, in regards to some complicated matter. And also, especially since the Lord of Libra goes direct from the end of the week till the end of April. So to the end of April, you can resolve some difficult situation at your home. You can be or with your family, or in your personal life. You can also be anything to do with property, land, you know, and you can start, for example, you've been trying to sell property, it can suddenly happen now, or you can suddenly decide what to do, or you've been tied up with some family responsibilities. As in Uranus full moon, and Jupiter is also liberating planet. Both Jupiter and Uranus are very liberating. They allow your wings to spread. They come into action with this full moon in your 4th house, and you might be liberated from some personal duties and responsibilities that have been way overdue, or even to liberate you from some unhealthy family relationship, or some unhealthy family situation that's been straining you, and allow you to be freer, you know, especially if you're ascendant in Cancer, to let's say sun or moon. Or the 4th house is your emotional well-being, happiness. The 4th house is the house of Cancer anyway. So you can have an opportunity over the next 2 weeks to rebalance something emotionally in your life, something that's been giving you lack of happiness, that's been like a burden on you emotionally, that's been out of whack, out of balance. You can find some hidden secrets, 4th house, or some hidden information intuitively, which releases you from some emotional burden, guys, which releases you from some emotional pain from the past as well. Then and there's like emotional healing. And for Cancers, the most important thing is to be emotionally healed. This is when Cancer acts the best. If they don't feel well, Cancers tends to perform worse. While for other signs, it's the opposite. If they don't feel well, this might be very motivating for them to go and change things. But for Cancers, until they feel better, and until the circumstances, especially the emotional circumstances around them, are improved, they're not as, you know, they cannot perform as well. But something is shifting in your inner world, in your emotional world, in this 4th house, that can bring joy or support or happiness from your family, or in your personal life, or something that's resolved and releases you from some emotional burden or pressure. And makes you take action as well, which can affect directly your career and social status, because the other half of the full moon is in your 10th house. That can, some emotional burden from the past, or realization of healing of emotions from the past, can release you can release your social status. Any blockages can release, any difficulties in your career as well can push you forward in regards to your career and your actions in the work, can make you more initiative there. So yeah, that's how it can play out with Cancers. What about Leos? Well, it's happening in your 3rd house, the full moon in 3rd house. Intuitive knowledge, information, missing pieces of information can come to you. Like, I'm Leo moon, in the third house, something important information that I was missing, important contacts can happen or give results, any kind of deal or work you've been doing with another person or with groups of people, which is third house, collaborators, workmates, teammates, now can give results and you can benefit from it. Self-made wealth, third house rules, is the house of self-made wealth, money that comes to you from your own efforts and risks and courage that you've taken. So you can see results in some way there, or some important positive developments in regards to some writing projects, speaking projects, internet project, the third house rules, all those communications devices, services over the internet, rules commerce, trade. A third house also rules any business projects, any commercial projects. So now can be a week when something important you decide in regards to such, and some sudden developments and fast developments, not only this week, but till the end of April, sudden fast developments and changes and the ability to rebalance something in regards to this third house, which is, those commercial projects, learning something new, or seeing the results of some new skills you've been learning, being able to apply them and turn something around. Third house is also your siblings, your relatives, your teammates, workmates, your neighbors. There might be sudden developments, and also the opportunity to benefit through some such people till the end of April, or to turn around a difficult situation with such people to rebalance it as well. Okay, then we have Virgo. It's happening in your second house, Virgo. And it's super hot here. Just a second. I need to put the heating down. I'm just getting excited. For Virgo, this a very auspicious full moon. It's happening in their second house of money. So guys and resources and family, second house in Vedic astrology rules family. So something good can come to you from family. Something, some good developments in regards to the money, some new sudden or results in regards to money, in regards to possessions, in regards to assets of some sort. Some opportunity which pushes you, and not only your own resources, but resources that come to you through others, that pushes you to make some changes. So there is some movement that starts happening. And because the planet also that rules your money, second house of money, Venus, is turning direct towards the end of the week. So in the next 2 weeks, complicated situation connected to finances, connected to possessions, connected to matters of security, connected to matters of self-worth as well. How much do you appreciate yourself? It's not only money, the second house. Some people, it might be very subtle. It might be on the psychological, emotional self-evaluation side that starts resolving and starts giving good results. And they give you an aha moment. And there is a answer to some questions there, or you've seen a different path, a different way intuitively. Even though there might be some disruptions because Uranus is involved, so all of a sudden, till now, you thought you can go only left or right, or there was no path ahead, and suddenly you see 2 or 3 different paths, so it might be a bit stressful. But the final result is lucky. Lucky. Speak of the luckiest star, Jupiter, the luckiest planet. You can receive some, on the smallest level, you can receive some gift. You can benefit from something materially, You can make some, you can buy some beautiful dress or something that you really wanted. Okay, then we go to Virgo, to Libras. Well, Libras, especially the ones born in the, around those degrees, I said 18 till 25, but all Libras, it's happening in your sign. Libras, very lucky one. The third decan Libras benefit the most. Or as I mentioned those dates, which Libras benefit the most are the ones that are born from around the 12th to around the 18th, 19th of October, because the full moon is happening around those degrees. But all Libras, listen up, it's happening. The spotlight is on you, whether it's your sun in Libra, moon in Libra, whether it's Venus in Libra, it might be some powerful manifestations in your love life in a positive, auspicious way, in regards to some artistic activity, in regards to some beauty project, in regards to some commercial activity, if it's your Mercury in Libra, in regards to some relationship, if it's your Libra, it's your moon in Libra, and for Libra, the moon also rules the 10th house of career, so it can have something to do with their career as well. If it's your moon in Libra, that the full moon is happening in It can benefit your career, social status. It might be a great week for Libra ascendant people or Sun or Moon next week, that the social status changes suddenly and brings some surprise and brings something positive and brings some you know, and not only their whole life, because it's happening in Libra, can be seeing the results of some actions that they've done till now, seeing the fruition, the fruit of something that you've put efforts in come up, sudden surprises that change your life over the next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. My partner is Libra ascendant, so definitely his life will be turned around over the next 2 weeks. And it's, you know, and to rebalance something that was out of whack, out of balance in your life. Actually, it can be from the end of next week, already starting with the full moon in Libra, in a very auspicious, you know, planets, is telling me that for many Libras, the month ahead will be one where, and the planet turning direct. So any complicated, you know, things, or any things that slow down in their life starts picking up slowly from next week till the end of April. Any complicated situations in the life of Libra starts getting resolved, and for them, in many areas of life, for them, they start seeing the pivotal fruit, or they start seeing easing up and beneficial results somehow. And it's also time to redirect your goals and ideas whenever it's, you know, whenever there is a full moon in the sign, in your sign. It's about getting some answers which help you see the path for the next 6 months as well, and what you have to do. But they will be surprising, sudden, everything that we talked about this full moon. And materially beneficial, very likely, because, and spiritually beneficial, because Spica and Jupiter bring both. Then we have Scorpio. Well, it's happening the full moon in the 12th house, which is a bit more hidden, but definitely increases the intuition tenfold. So if you're a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, you can be like, you know, in your dreams, something happening, those amazing feelings, those insights, because 12th house is an emotional house. It doesn't always manifest in a material way, but it definitely manifests on the spiritual, on the psychological level. So this intuition we talked about can be so powerful. And there might be some positive developments that come to you from foreign countries, 12th house, that come to you from faraway places, some positive developments, or seeing the results of some old karmic actions that you've forgotten about. Maybe you helped someone 10 years ago, and now someone else comes and helps you, because 12th house is the house of hidden enemies or hidden support, from the angels or from the devils, from your hidden enemies or from your hidden admirers, you know. But because you have such an auspicious, you know, moon, Jupiter, you can get some support now over till the end of April, Scorpios, that comes to you from behind the scenes, that comes to you unexpectedly, surprises you, that maybe someone put a good word in for you, and, you know, this will help you. Even if that's the issue, though, because the 12th house, you might not be aware someone has done that. And actually, 12th house is what we give away, and now it's almost like what we give away gives us spiritual returns back. And intuition, spiritual work, going away on a holiday in the foreign countries, in the faraway countries, can be beneficial over the next 2 weeks as well. Some complicated intrigue might start getting resolved itself, because the 12th house rules all those intrigues, something behind the back someone's been doing to us, so we've been doing these intrigues. And because the planet that rules your 12th house also starts going direct, and Venus rules also your relationships. Don't forget that Venus rules Taurus as well, and it starts going direct from the end of the week. So till the end of April, you should have seen any complicated relationship issues that start getting resolved, or any complicated contract or business contract or business agreements or cooperations, that if they've been more of a pain, if they've been more of a complication, if they've been needed more awareness, more hard work, they're gonna start normalizing, and they're gonna start coming back to normal, and they're gonna start easing up on you. So yeah, this is what you can expect as well. Okay, then we see that for Sagittarius, it happens this full moon in the 11th house, which is the house of gains and rewards. We love the 11th house. astrology. It's one of the luckiest house in astrology, especially goals that you've been working towards for a long time. It can signal that maybe you can over the end, or till the end of April, you can receive the rewards of those long, and already this full moon is so rewarding because it's with Jupiter, the planet of, you know, affluence and gifts and blessings. The 11th house is very lucky house of gains and rewards, financial as well as moral rewards, receiving recognition for something you've done. This is where we get honors and titles and respect from peers or from society, or some recognition, or we come closer to fulfilling or to seeing the results of our long-term goals and dreams. The 11th house is what we dream and long for to have, and what we really wish we can achieve, and we've put our efforts towards over years or months or whatever, and now we can see the fruition and the result of that. And even if they're meager, still kind of auspicious because of speaker. And something that we creatively been working on, the 5th house, can see results now, can give us results, or can push us to bring it out to others, to expose it to others, to put the spotlight on our creative projects or our creative ideas, to be recognized by others, to be appraised by others, to be to give some financial or economical rewards. The 11th house rules the markets as well, the economical rewards, businesses and stuff like that. Or maybe something to do with your friends, the 11th house. Something can happen if you're Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, that you benefit from some benefactor, protector, or some friend, or some organizations or group, or that it's going to be auspicious to put your efforts, or to put your hopes, or how do I say, or maybe you can have some sudden intuitive realizations how to become more gainful, sudden intuitive realizations how to achieve certain goal that or dream of yours that you've had for a while. And again, as I said, 11th house rules friendships and social groups, so you can benefit in some way or have some happy emotional experiences through such people or places. And then we have Capricorn. This is happening in your 10th house of your career. Have you been looking for a job, Capricorn? Or Sun, Moon, or Ascendant? Have you been waiting to see the results of some career project? Well, this might be by the end of April where you start seeing that. And only the planet that rules your career, Libra, Venus, is going direct, or some complicated situation with a boss figure, authority figure, father figure, career situation, can start giving results now, or start normalizing and giving kind of easing up and giving you solutions, sudden realizations as well with Libra here, the full moon in Libra. Spotlight is on your career and your social status. Something can suddenly change in regards to your career and your social status, but it should have positive effects because it's such a positive, speaker. And something, there might be some tension between your private life and private needs and your personal life and your career life, because as we said, this is an opposition. But something that changes, something that you intuitively find understanding or see the results of in regards to your career, in regards to your worldly actions, responsibilities, work, will also affect your emotional happiness and your family life as well. Okay, so then we have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people. This is happening in your 9th house. Well, lucky house for you guys. Very intuitive house, a house of higher knowledge. Jupiter is there already. Haven't you been feeling, Aquarius, that you become much more spiritual or much more philosophical over the last few months anyway, with Jupiter there in your 9th house from your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant? I'm Aquarius Ascendant, and I subscribe to a channel where I watch everyday spiritual inspirational programs where I'm seeing things from a very different, higher perspective now. Like I'm higher knowledges and different belief system, is the 9th house, and this becomes a big center and focus for us over the next, till the end of April, I would say. Something in regards, intuitively, you can understand something in regards to your belief system. Your outlook on life can change so dramatically and suddenly, not in a negative way, in a liberating way. If you've believed one thing till now, all of a sudden, all your belief system, all your understanding of life and what's important and what's the meaning of life and what's the purpose of your life and what's the direction of your life. All those ninth house matters. Why you're here, what wakes you up in the morning, what gives you meaning and purpose can change. What can change such a thing? It can be intuitive and sudden realization in regards to that. And when you change your mind, your luck changes. The ninth house is considered the house of luck. So when we change something in our world, in our mind, in our higher mind, this is the super conscious, the ninth house. When we change it in the super conscious, and don't forget that the Uranus and the Sun are in your third house, Aquarius. So the third house is the lower mind, the ninth house is the higher mind. So something suddenly can shift in your perspective. It can also move in your perspective that changes your whole luck and that changes your lucky circumstances and outlook on life and what's important in your plans for the future is the ninth house. Some auspicious advice from someone can come that makes you more lucky, that makes you more affluent, some auspicious that makes you change your perspective for the future, your plans, or something to do with legalizing of documents, something to do with foreign countries and places, with law. Anything, if you're in some situation that involves law or legal matters, you can have some positive development, sudden, out of the blue, fast, surprising. If there's some complicated situation or uncertain situation in regards to anything to do with higher education, pre-qualification, travel, foreign countries, legal matters, documents, from this week till the end of April, this should start kind of showing you different, changing in a big way, in a positive way. And then we have Pisces. Pisces, for you, this is happening in the eighth house of other people's resources and support from others and help that comes to you from others. So there might be a illumination, and also in your second house, the Sun and Uranus is in your second house. So something you intuitively understand, something that happens intuitively in regards to matters of other people's resources, in regards to matters of other people's support, money that comes to you through other people, can shift in a big way your own financial situation by the end of April. Also, if there was some complicated inheritance, tax issues, matters of money that have been more complicated, especially money involving other people or other resources, then Venus, the planet that rules your eighth house, starts resolving those from the end of the week when it turns direct. And this auspicious full moon gives you like, aha, this is how I can fix this. So, for example, alimony battles for the eighth house is the battleground, for example, where people are fighting, say, who gets the children, who gets money, what money do they get. Some power struggles, if they've been happening, there can be some resolution that starts happening for you overall. Or I would advise you go and play the lotto. This full moon in the eighth house, well, you need to have indications that you're going to win the lotto in your birth chart, but what the heck, if you're Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, this eighth house of other people's resources, so money that comes to you through others, is so powerfully activated with this full moon. Either sort out your taxes, something good, you can benefit from them, some inheritance, or maybe you can get something that you've wanted from someone. They can come and help you and offer you their talents or their skills. So, for example, when I've seen eighth house triggered in a positive way, it's like someone comes and says, well, I'm a great marketer, or I'm a great, and this is exactly what you need. Or you've been working with someone in some project, or you have a business partner, and this partnership, so this cooperation can bring you some gains now over the next 2 weeks. So that's kind of all of it. There's much more I can talk about, but let's not get out of breath because I'll burst. So thank you so much, guys, for such an interesting week. Planets changing direction, slowing down, seeing intuitive answers to things. It can feel a bit stressful because of all this Uranus energy. And by the way, the Sun and Uranus on the 14th of April are conjunct. So for everyone, this is such an explosive energy. I think the whole week is. And it can be like explosive energy, but it's like you're not still releasing the horses. You feel like And because all of those retrograde planets, they're making you still think like, slow down, don't move yet, you know, but you're starting to see clearly where the direction is, or things start surprising you out of the blue. And Venus starts moving direct as well, so, you know, but it's kind of controversial. But Uranus conjunct Sun, it's exciting on the 14th of April. It's my birthday. Means the whole year ahead, people born on the 14th of April will be crazy year of big changes, and feeling liberated, but also their life and their direction, their career changing in a big way. But anyway, so yeah, if you changes start happening now and you have the ability to intuitively know what is right for you and to tap into that energy, to take action, to rebalance areas of your life we spoke about where Libra falls, which need balance and which have problems there, to find positive solutions. So don't forget my flash sale till the 16th of April. It starts from now, guys. You know, courses, next time we'll do it will be for Christmas. So courses go almost half price on some of those. And those of you who want to learn astrology with me, much more in depth, with secrets, with, you know, come and get those classes. You can write. And by the way, there are recordings. We send you a recording manually. It's not going to come immediately, but within maybe the next 24 hours. And if you have questions, you can always email me and I'll tell you, you know, courses, questions about the course, like, oh, what does it mean to have the stellium here? Or what does it mean to have retrograde? I didn't understand from the course. So I'll tell you all of those things on email if you contact me. And come and join me on Sunday. I have an interview with world famous astrologer Nikola Stojanovic. This is the guy who predicted to me 3 years ago when I just got married that I'll get divorced and I'll move to live in the west coast of the States because I'll meet a new partner. I mean, he said it literally. And he will be teaching you his methods, how he can predict astrology. And we'll be doing a course with him in May. But come and join me on Sunday. He's making world predictions on Sundays, some shocking world predictions. I mean, I'm not sure if I should allow him to say those things, but he is fearless. He's crazy talented. One of my idols, astrology idols. So on Friday, Sunday, guys, sorry, the 9th of April, on my due date, we'll be giving birth live here. We'll see. Come and join me, and I'll have this interview with Nikola Stojanovic, hopefully. We might not get there, but anyway, so I have stored for you a lot of interesting things, a lot of great information. So thank you, and I will see you very soon.